They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Bro, sitting here trying to rack my brain on what kind of video to make has been absolutely mind-numbing. So I figured I'm going to go back to my roots. I'm going to go back to the thing that got me started on creepypastas, no matter how cringe it is. And we're going to take a look at good old Jeff the Killer. This is old. This was written by like a 13-year-old. You know, we all remember being 13, being edgy, going through puberty, thinking girls are kind of not as gross, and being edgy, writing about, you know, super badass kung fu fighting and stabbing people. That might have just been me. Anyways, so our story starts off with a little bit of an excerpt from what looks like a previously on kind of thing. And it talks about, you know, a character had a bad dream, woke up in the middle of the night. They saw that a window was open. They didn't even remember it being closed. So they're just kind of like, whatever. They got up, shut the window. After some time, they wake up again in the middle of the night to someone watching them in their sleep. You know, little, what is that? The thing I wish I had. Sleep paralysis demon. There we go. He just shows up. He's standing there, you know, gleaming in the moonlight. That cute little smile he's got going on. We see the pair of the eyes. They're dark, ominous, bordered in black, and just plain out terrifying eyes. After a couple moments, the figure says, "Go to sleep." And the character lets out a scream. He comes out with a knife, stabbing and slashing, trying to get him. And that's when his dad shows up. His dad shows up, and the killer literally just no look fucking hits him right in the shoulder. Dad goes down. And then after, I think it's been 30 seconds, the cops show up. The killer's like, you know, looking all menacing with his knife that he just pulled out of that kid's dad's arm. And he's like, "I'm out." No diffs the window. Just fucking sends himself out it. Disappears. And then we get the prequel of good old Jeff the Killer. So we've got Jeff and his family. They just moved to a new neighborhood. His dad got a promotion. They thought they were going to go live in one of them fancy neighborhoods, you know, where they got them public communal swimming holes. That's what I used to live by. This is great. So we've got Jeff and his brother Lou, his mom Margaret, and his dad Peter. They introduce themselves to the new neighbors. They get invited to a kid's birthday. Jeff and his brother are kind of like, meh, because, you know, it's all stinky, poopy. I don't want to do it. I want to go home and play my Genesis. And that's when Jeff goes up to his mom and goes, "Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not a dumb kid." Our mom is like, "I don't know, I like his mom. It's really nice. So you should just go see." And we sit there and we're like, "Fine, but I want to go to McDonald's and get a fucking Happy Meal." And then we get slapped in the mouth because we said to our mom. So Jeff and his mom get in a little bit of an argument, and finally, mom drops the shoe, says, "We're going. That's final. No more talking about it." So Jeff, you know, stamps his feet, runs upstairs, goes and cries, plays his Genesis. And that's when Jeff started getting a feeling. It's a strange feeling. Like a feeling that feels things about the way he feels. Then the next day, Jeff goes downstairs, gets breakfast, says, "Hey, Mom, thanks for breakfast. You're a real one." And he gets that feeling again, but it's stronger. That feeling of feeling his feelings way deep down in his feeling hole where all your feelings live. He reached in there and he's feeling it, and it's strong. It's a strong feeling of feelings in this feeling hole. Him and Lou finish up breakfast. They get down to the bus stop. But when they get to the bus stop, some radical kids show up with their skateboards. They do a fucking kickflip and a tri-flip, tray flip, 6'5", 900. And they come only inches above Lou and Jeff's head. And they go, "Hey, what the hell?" The kid Lan turns back to him, unrolls the cigarette pack from his shoulder shirt part, pops one in and goes, well. Looks like we got some new meat. That's when we get descriptions of the bullies. The main kid who, like I said, he has a cigarette pack in his shoulder sleeve. He's got a big old fat friend. Not as fat as me, but he's getting there. He's a chubster. He's 10 and he's pushing 240. That's a big deal, okay? Diabetes is no joke. Cardiac arrest can happen at any age. And then you got the super skinny kid that's like bulimic. So we're introduced to Troy, Keith, and Randy. Randy being the dope kid with the cigarette pack because he's cool like that. Like that immediately, dope-ass kid. But basically they're trying to shake him down. They're saying, hey, you need to pay us a little bit of a stipend when you're here waiting at our bus stop. And if you don't, we're going to have some problems. And then he pulls a knife on him. Says, you're going to give us your fucking wallet there, Jeffy boy and Lou. Or we're going to have to cut you up all nice and neat like. That's when Jeff got that feeling again. That feeling deep in his gut. And it turned and manifested into something strong, a burning sensation. Lou tries to coach him. Just sit down, just chill. Ignore it. Don't even pay him any mind. That's when Jeff walks up to him. Says, listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. So Randy puts down the wallet, pulls out his knife. Oh, and what are you gonna do? Jeff doesn't even hesitate, just pops him right in the nose, starts gushing blood, bleeding, he starts crying. Troy and Keith show up. They try to bum rush Jeff, but Jeff fucking real quick throws Randy out of the way. Bop, bop! Pops Keith in the fucking gut. Troy's just standing there like a little punk, not doing shit. That's when Lou, flabbergasted, awestruck, looks at Jeff and says, Jeff, how did you do? They saw the bus and they had to bail. Jeff and Lou run all the way to school. They look back, they see the bus driver running over to Randy to help him with his nose because he's gushing and crying and pissing. He might be shitting too. We didn't get that far. Lou and Jeff get to school. Lou thinks that's just my big bro being a badass, kicking some kids' ass that were trying to pick on us, picking on the fresh meat, quote unquote. And Jeff just showed him the business, showed him what was going to happen if they tried to f*** with us. But Jeff knew it was something different, something scary, something more intense from deep in the bowels of his soul, something he needed to release, just an urge to inflict violence. Randy just happened to be there. But throughout his school day, Jeff felt happy. He couldn't help it. He felt good. He enjoyed what he did. He walked home. He gets home and his parents ask him, hey, sweetheart, how was your day? How was the first day of school? Did you have a good time? Did you have a great day, bud? And Jeff just looks at him and goes, it was a wonderful day. The next morning, there's a knock at the door. A couple of officers wanting to know what the fudge happened the morning before. That's when his mom asked, Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids and that it wasn't a regular fight. They were stabbed, son. Jeff's gaze fell to the floor. He was caught. He didn't know what was going to happen. He's scared. That's when Jeff tries to say what happened. Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Lou. Son, said one of the cops, we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, one having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now, what does that tell us? Jeff had nothing to say. He didn't have anything he could say to prove that they were the ones that attacked them. He hardly had a mark on him. That kid's stabbed. He's got a knife. He's still in his arm. They didn't even take it out. They're like, no, that's evidence. We got to have that. Sorry, son. That's got to stay there. Otherwise, how are we going to be able to tell these kids that this is what happened? Jeff resigns to the fact that there's really no way he can talk himself out of this. That's when the cop says, son, calm down your brother. Jeff realized that he was the one that did everything. Lou didn't do anything. It's not Lou's fault. It's all on him. Jeff says, sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me. I was just an unstoppable force, an immovable object meets a hurricane. And they got moved. That's when the cops go, okay, kid, that looks like a year in juvie. That's when Lou screams from the top of the stairs, wait! They look up and they see Lou holding the knife. Why the fuck is Lou holding the knife? Son, just put the knife down. The officer has his gun drawn on this 8-year-old kid. He's, put it down, he's gonna stab us from up there, you little son of a bitch. You better freeze, son. So Lou drops the knife, heads to the officers, hands up. Jeff, tears running down his face, tries to stop him. Lou, what are you doing? It was me. I did everything. Lou goes, poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did? Well, take me away. That's when Lou gets let out into the police car. Lou, tell them it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up those kids. That's when Jeff's mother consoles him. You don't have to lie. We know it was Lou. You can stop. And Lou gets hauled off. Lou goes to juvie. So Jeff, crying in the driveway. Jeff's mom, Margaret, talks to Peter, lets him know what's happening. Hey, our kid just stabbed some kids, you know. Lou's going away for a year. It's fine. So then we come to the day of Billy's party. Today's the party. Oh, it's Billy's party? Oh, Mom, you're joking. I don't want to go to stupid kid's party. Losing the clink. You're making me go to some stinky kid's party. This is bullshit. Why? And she's like, we're going. Shut the fuck up. Get your shirt on. Let's go. So they all get dressed in their fancy stuff, and they head off to the party. Jeff comes out with just some fucking brown slacks and a torn up shirt, and his mom's like, hey, what are you doing? We're going to a party. We're trying to impress these people. We've been here a week. What the fuck? Jeff's like, I ain't got any clothes, Ma. I got any fucking nice clothes. I got a ripped up shirt. Makes me look tough. I look like a guy you don't want to fuck with. I'm going to this party like this. You got fancy clothes? Give them to me. I'll wear them. So Jeff's out playing with the kids at the party. Yard full of kids. All running around in cowboy costumes and plastic guns. And that's when a kid goes, hey, wanna play? Nah, kid, I'm too old for this stuff. Kid looks at him, weird puppy dog eyes. Please play. So Jeff's like, fine. Fuck it, I'll play. Throws on a cowboy hat, really starts to get into it. Starts kicking the shit out of kids. He's doing combat rolls, fucking forced entries. He's bashing kids, like pistol whipping kids. Jeff's getting way too into it. That's when he starts feeling that feeling again. And then guess who shows up? Randy, Keith, and Troy. What's up, little shit? He goes, oh, hello, Jeff, is it? We have some unfinished business. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC, Jeff says. Randy got angry. He goes, oh, no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. Randy rushes at him. Randy and Jeff are fucking bop, 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 bop. Looks like Batman v Superman, except not a $200 million budget. It's two kids rolling around in the dirt, kind of kicking the shit out of each other. Randy punches Jeff in the nose. Jeff grabs him by the ears and fucking like Randy Man Savage just ka-yaw! And then Troy and Keith pulled guns out of their pocket. Where is this at? Fucking Chicago? Like, these are, I would say, at the oldest, 13, 14, maybe? How are they getting guns that they're just able to whip out? Isn't this supposed to be like a fancy neighborhood? How the fuck? Okay. So they pull guns on everybody at the party, and they go, no one interrupts, so guts will fly. Randy pulls a knife on Jeff, stabs him. Jeff's like, ah, on his knees. Randy starts kicking him in the face. Jeff grabs his foot, twists him, causing Randy, he fucking hits the ground. He's crying. And then Jeff stands up, going back to kick the shit out of him. Troy grabs him. Need some help? Picks Jeff up by the collar, throws him through the patio door. These are 13-year-olds. How are they throwing plate glass? Jeff's bleeding. He's coughing up blood. He's getting up. That's when Randy's like, come on, Jeff, fight me. My cigarettes are right here, bud. Let's go. That's when Randy says, I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year? You should be ashamed. Jeff gets up. Oh, finally you stayed and fight. Prior to this, some vodka got dumped on Jeff, so now he's got vodka on him mixed with the blood, which alcohol and blood cuts. He's in pain. This is bad. He gets that strange feeling deep in his feeling hole. Remember from earlier? It's deep. It's deep in there. It's almost in your anus. Probably your colon. That's when Jeff starts doing some crazy shit. His psyche, gone. Rational thinking, gone. He wants to kill. He's got bloodlust. His eyes have gone red. They're black. They're rolled back in the back of his head. He's just like... Grabs Randy. Pile drives him into the ground. He's punching. He's kicking. He's rolling. He's riffing. He's kicking the shit out of these kids. And they're just going back and forth and back and forth. Everyone starts looking at Jeff. Kids are crying. Troy and Keith are crying. Then they point their guns at Jeff. Troy and Keith trained on Jeff right now. Jeff runs. Troy and Keith just shooting at him, which is ridiculous. This is home. I don't understand. Okay. Jeff's in the bathroom, grabs a towel rack, start just beating the shit out of him. They come in, knives ready. They're swinging at Jeff. Jeff's swinging at them. He backs away, bangs Troy in the face with the towel rack. Troy hits the ground. He's out. He's done. He doesn't want to fuck around. Keith's more agile than Troy because he's skinnier. I think Keith's the skinny one. He's ducking Jeff and back and forth. He drops the knife, grabs Jeff. Fucking blah, blah. He's hitting each other. They're hitting each other. This is all over the place. It's fucking crazy. Keith starts laughing. Jeff's like, what's so funny? Keith pulls out a lighter, sets Jeff on fire. So Jeff is covered in this shit. He's on fire. Everybody's watching in horror as Jeff's screaming and screeching and rolling around back and forth and back and forth. Everybody's watching. They haven't done anything. A kid is on fire and they're not doing anything. Jeff drops. He stops moving, nearly dies. He gets rushed to the hospital. He wakes up. He has a cast wrapped around his face. He can't see anything. He can't really hear anything. His whole body is basically encased in a cast. And he has tubes in him everywhere. There's no vision. And that's when his mom says, honey, are you okay? Jeff couldn't answer. He was covered, unable to speak. Honey, I've got great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go. This made Jeff almost bolt up. But he stopped, remembering the tube that's in his arm. He'll be out tomorrow, and then you two will be able to be together again. So his mom hugs Jeff. She says bye. Next couple of weeks, Jeff's visited by his family. Then comes the day where he's able to have his bandages removed. As the bandages come off, family is eagerly waiting. The doctor says, let's hope for the best. You're the doctor! Didn't you do the fucking work? Well, I mean, he might look like shit. I don't know. As it all comes off, his mom screams. Lou and Jeff's dad are just 1,000-yard stare. They can't believe what they're seeing. Jeff's freaking out. What happened to my face? He runs to the bathroom, looks in the mirror, and he saw his face. It's disgusting. His lips are burnt, dark red. Face pure white. His hair, it's black. It's edgy. It's dark. He slowly touched his face. He felt the leathery texture of his skin. Lou goes, it's not that bad. Not that bad, said Jeff. It's perfect. His family was equally surprised because Jeff didn't sound like this before. Now he sounds like Mark Hamill's Joker, which is crazy. So weird. Jeff starts laughing uncontrollably. Notice that his left eye and his hand are twitching. Jeff, you okay? Okay. I've never felt more happy. Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me. And he looks like a monster. His sanity's gone. He's fully snapped now. During that fight, that feeling overtook him, that just intense rage and hatred and lust for just wanting to kill. Mixed with his new appearance, his psyche is completely shredded. Jeff's mom wants to know if he's all right. Is he crazy? And the doctor says, yeah, this is pretty typical. He's on a shitload of Vicodin. If it doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here. We'll give him a psycho test. Oh, thanks, doctor. And they take him home. Then Jeff looks away from the mirror. His face still in a pretty crazy smile. Okay, mommy. thing by the shoulder that gives him some clothes. Receptionist at the front desk is like, hey, here's some clothes. And it's his black dress pants and the white hoodie he wore to the event, which he wasn't naked when he was set on fire. And apparently they cleaned all the blood and stitched him together that same night. Jeff is in the bathroom. His mother wakes up. Sounded like someone was crying. She walks over to where it was, and she sees Jeff carving a smile in his cheeks. Jeff, what are you doing? He looks over to her. I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. His eyes were ringed in black. Jeff, your eyes! Seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face. I got tired, and my eyes started to close. I burned out my eyelids so I could see myself forever. My new face. She started to back away, seeing that her son is fucking snapped. He's gone absolute shithead, balls to the wall, batshit crazy. And that's when Jeff goes, what's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful? Yeah, yes, son. You are. Let me go get Daddy so he can see her face. She ran to the room and shook his dad. Awake. Honey, get the gun. Get the gun. Shoot this motherfucker. But she stopped halfway as soon as she saw Jeff in the doorway. He was brandishing a knife. Oh, Mommy, you lied. That's when Jeff rushed both his mom and dad, gutting the both of them. Lou wakes up, startled by a noise. He didn't hear anything else, so, he goes back to sleep. You know that thing you do in the middle of the night? You hear a bump in the night, and you kind of sit there for a moment just to kind of hear? You let your ears adjust to what's going on. You're just like... You didn't hear anything, so he went back to sleep. Then he got the strangest feeling right on that border of lucidity right before you fall asleep, but you're kind of like half dreaming. And he got the feeling someone was watching him. That's when Jeff's hand covered his mouth and slowly held up the knife to plunge it into Lou. Lou tried desperately to thrash and get away from Jeff, but that's when Jeff said, shh. Just go to sleep. That was Jeff the Killer. That was... Oh, God, it's so fucking cringe. Oh, that was the first creepypasta that ever got me into creepypastas. So I didn't want to do just a straight reading because I feel like that would have been kind of lame because I can't take it seriously. I'd have to pause way too much to like giggle. But this shit, it's funny because when I was younger, I took it so serious. I was like, oh my God, there's a guy he's got a Joker mouth and black eyes. Oh shit, that's creepy. But I wish it told me like who the author was to see if like they got better as they grew up. But I don't know. But this was Jeff the Killer. I've really been trying to get the Undertale creepypasta video going, or the analog horror going. But I've had a lot of shit go on, and I've been trying to write the script out for a couple months now, and I don't feel good about it. I don't feel like I have enough to say. I don't feel like I have enough like a background in Undertale for it. And I don't want to shit out a video that just doesn't do it justice. So at least for now, I'm putting it on a hiatus because I don't want to put out a video that I'm not proud of, because then you guys are going to see it and it's not going to be good. I don't want that. So I hope you guys understand. Again, it's not a no, I'm not going to do it, but I am going to just put it on the back burner for essentially an indefinite amount of time until I can get a better wealth of knowledge about Undertale and like the things I want to say in regards to the analog horror, because I like Undertale. I'm not a giant mega fan, but it's a cool game. It's cute. It's got really deep like lore elements and things that it wants to say. And like I've watched so many videos on Undertale now that I'm getting a better grasp of it. but I just don't feel that I would be a person to just like be able to analyze things in a new analog horror that isn't like Under Mount Abbott, because Under Mount Abbott, it's the, you know, the video format of analog horror instead of like Horror Tale, where Horror Tale is like comic format and it's like 80 pages. It's a lot. And I'm starting to understand what a lot of people were saying when they were like, oh yeah, it's got a lot of fucking edgy, like gore for the sake of gore. And I'm getting that. But I hope you guys understand. I'm trying to do good on this. And especially with like the way the last year ended and this year began, it's been a big whirlwind for me. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around and waiting for new videos as they come out. I kind of want to apologize because I've been really scarce on shit since like November. And that's on me. I've put off a lot of stuff, but you know, I lost my dog in December, and that really messed me up for a while. And then some other stuff happened that I'm not going to go into in January that kind of also messed me up. And it's just kind of been a dark time. Been working on some stuff, getting through it, but I'm here. I'm here to make videos, make you guys laugh, make you guys smile, make you guys, you know, creeped out. And I hope that I can keep doing that. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, share it with your butt buddies, and leave a comment. Let me know if you have something you want to see me do. If you want to see me do another breakdown like this of a old school, like, beginning creepypasta. I thought this was really fun to do. I got to kind of just be a dick about it, but not be a dick. But, I'm rambling. Have a good night, guys. I will see you next time. Enjoy the video again. Do all that shit YouTube wants you to do to prove that I'm not garbage and my shit ain't shit. Have an awesome night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!